Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to you, Akim and Akbat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, God Never Made Alcohol Debunked. All right, once again, God never made alcohol debunked. So this comes from a article, or not an article, I keep on saying article. This actually comes from a Twitter post that I happened to find. And let me see if I want to go ahead and I basically have it. The one I have is higher quality. But it's the same one that we're going to see over here. Now, it's from this guy, not this one. Same one we see from over here. So, it says, so this is from this guy, Tiff Shuttlesworth, okay? And it says, fact, I'll make sure it's the same one. Okay, it says, fact, God has never made a single drop of alcohol. The earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol. 100% of all alcohol is manufactured by fallen men. And then you see down here, it says, readers added context. They thought people might want to know. And of course, it says, Yahushua turned water into wine. Okay, and that's how, that's the true name of the Son is Yahushua. And we're using the term God because it's in here. But God is really just a title. All right, it's not wicked to say God, but you have to, it's wicked if you're using it to take away from the name of the Lord, all right? The name of the Father is not God, it is Yahweh, all right? He is God, all right? That is his title. He's God, the Heavenly Father. There's many different titles he has, but he actually has a name, and that name is Yahweh, which means he is, all right? When he told Moses, I am, tell them I am has sent you, all right? That's his name, I am, all right? Or he is, he exists, right? His name literally means he is, he exists. All right, and Yahweh Shai, all right, sounds similar, all right, because it has the Shai on it, means, the deliverer. He is the deliverer, right? The deliverer, okay? So, there you go. So, you wanted to get that out there. So, the proper name is the Father's Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, okay? But we wanted to read the title off like how he has said it, all right? God has never made alcohol, all right? And it's debunked. All right, and we're gonna debunk it right here and now because it's stupid and it's unlearned, okay? And even these atheists and random other people of different religions know that that's not the case, okay? It's all fallen by fallen men, okay? So was Yahushua a fallen man? All right, was he a fallen man? The people, the one who you call Jesus, was he a fallen man? Because he produced wine. And you're saying that 100% of all alcohol is manufactured by fallen men. So what are you talking about, man? Tiff Shuttleworth, and this is why you got to watch out for these internet preacher televangelist fuckers, man. Let's go and look them up. Oh, there it is. Tiff Shuttlesworth. Now, he makes a bunch of comments that are probably severely unlearned. But I want to go over here and actually, because it was originally a link to a YouTube video. And let's see if we can find it. It's probably not as popular because people are probably lighting him up. But let's go see. Just type in alcohol. Let's see. Let's see what he has to say real quick. Let's just hear what he has to say real quick.
Today we're going to tackle a difficult question, and that question and this broadcast will be focused upon what does the Bible say about alcohol and social drinking. Let's take a moment to pray as we begin.
No,
Heavenly
thanks.
Father,
Nope, we're not going to do that.
The subject. This is the beginning subject that I will do on wine, alcohol, and social drinking.
Here's another one. There's Matthew 6 and 6. All right, we can actually go, and we can go from 5 too, because these people do this type of stuff as well. So Matthew 6 and 5, it says, "And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corner of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward." So these are the same people. They like to pray standing in synagogues in the corners of the street and on these videos, so they can be seen of men. See, look, I'm praying. See, I'm praying. Yeah, well, you're not supposed to do that. All right, this is red letter, so this is Yahushua, or who you would call Jesus, all right, ignorantly. You would call him Jesus out of ignorance, all right, because his real name is Yahushua, all right, or out of malice. Some of you don't do it out of ignorance, but out of pure malice, okay? But Matthew 6 and 6, so this is red letter, so this is the Son of the Most High speaking, all right, who we call Yahushua in his correct name, right? But other people may call him different names. But, if any Christian happens to see this, I want you to understand that this is the red letter is who you would call Jesus. All right, we don't use that name. We use the correct name of the Son and the correct name of the Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which means the Father in the name of the Son. As you should know, you can only reach the Father but through the Son, right? Only difference is you think that it's some type of Trinity, and it's not. Anyway, moving on. Matthew 6 and 6. "But thou, when thou prayest," listen, "when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut the door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly." Okay? And this doesn't mean you literally have to go into your closet, open it up, and move your clothes to the side and sit down there and pray. That's not what it's meaning. It's symbolic. All right? It means pray in private. All right? Pray in private, and not to do it just to be seen. All right? That's if you're in a different store, you have your wife or something, and you're in the bedroom. Of course, you do your morning prayers and stuff like that, but usually you face away from each other, something like that, or however it is. It's just not doing it to gain public attention. Okay, it's something between you, all right, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, something between you and the Lord. Okay, that's not something that you need to see. You're not going to catch us praying on video. All right. You'll see us sometimes from time to time sending up, not sometimes, but oftentimes sending up reverence to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, saying things like, "Oh, Barak Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thank you Yahweh Bashem Yahushai," certain things like that. But you will not see us praying, all right, "Oh, Heavenly Father, thou art in heaven." You're not going to see, first of all, we don't pray like that, and secondly, you're not going to see us doing that on video. Or you're not going to see it. All right, you're not going to see it. All right, you may see our eyes closed saying, "Barak Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakwadash," right in the beginning of the videos, or if when you see the videos of the brothers on the highways and byways, you might see that. But that's not praying. All right, that's saying all praise to the Father and the Son, right? All praise to the Father in the name of the Son, right? That's what's being said. Barakatha, Barakatha means bless you, all right, and Yahweh is the Father's name. Bahashem means in the name of. Yahushai is Son's name. Bahashem, Rakakwadash means Holy Spirit. So bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai and the name of the Holy Spirit is what's being said when you hear Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Barakatha. When you hear Barakatha Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakakwadash. When you hear Kal Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, that means all praise to the Father in the name of the Son. Right? So those are the things you hear. So you'll hear brothers chanting it at the beginning of the videos. Barakatha Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? We give that out. All right? Why? Because the Lord deserves it. All right? All praise, honor, and glory. That's another thing we say from time to time, quite a bit. There's different ways we say it, but all praise, honor, and glory belongs unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? Glory does not belong unto us. It does not belong unto men. It belongs unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? So you'll hear us say those things from time to time, shouting them out loud as we should. All right. How does it go? Am I remembering something? Well, there's that one. Extol. I might be confusing a few scriptures. Something, but You know, there's all throughout the Bible it talks about extolling the Lord. What does it mean to extol?
Extol.
Right? It means to praise enthusiastically. Okay? So, you know, that's what we do, all right? But you're not going to see us praying on video. We're not going to be all holding hands in God's name. Amen. No, we're not. No. We don't do that. We're not into that, all right? You know, our prayers are private. They're for us. They're not even for our significant others. They are for us. They're between us and the Most High, all right? And the Son, of course, you know, through Yahushai, right? So it's not for, you know, Bill or Jim or George or Larry down the street to hear and say, look at him, he's a godly man, he's praying. Yeah, we don't do any of that, man. So let's hear what he has to say.
But as a Christian, and don't miss this, if you're a true Christian and a follower of Christ, you must be subservient to the teachings of the Bible.
Correct.
The Bible is God's written will for your life.
Correct.
And so every sincere and truly committed Christian, when it comes to matters of doctrine and faith and conduct, they have to be answered not just by the Bible, listen carefully, by the proper interpretation of the Bible, and never by our preconceived biases, by personal experiences, by secular standards, or
Correct.
even by misguided individuals who call themselves Christian ministers. So if you
who you are, all right? I agree with everything you're saying, but on the opposite side of the spectrum, okay? You're using deceitful tactics, okay? The thing is, you're using bias, okay? You're using bias to push this narrative, right? That, let's go back to your quote. God has never made fact. You said it's a fact. What is a fact? First of all, what is a fact? A fact is what? And it got deleted. Fact is what? A thing that is known or proved to be true. It is a certainty, all right? A reality, an actuality, truth. The truth is that what? God has never made a single drop of alcohol. The earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol. 100% of all alcohol is manufactured by fallen men. Well. Let's hear a little bit more about well, you know, we don't even really have to, because we can already pretty much debunk you off what you said. This is a statement that you made, okay? Right here, there's you. Here's another statement that you made, all right? And in here, you're talking about alcohol, all right? It says, you know, and you see all these, you know, these lost-ass Christians, right? It says, you know, and I have problems with alcohol. You know, but it can become an idol. So, you know, he goes on to whatever he goes on to say. I don't care to hear it. I don't care to listen to it, because I already know what he's going to say, because he made a post here. Okay, so I don't need to hear the rest of the video. I already understand his stance on alcohol. All right. I'd really like to see, does the Bible promote the health benefits of alcohol? It absolutely does. Okay. And was wine and alcohol in biblical times compared to the wine of alcohol today? Well, it was very low alcohol content, if any at all. It was like grape juice, as the Mormons say. It was grape juice, because they don't drink alcohol. It was not grape juice. If it was fucking grape juice, it would be called grape juice. All right, it would be called juice. It wouldn't be called wine. Okay? It wouldn't be called wine. Okay? Wine and juice are a different thing. Matter of fact, if you go and look it up in the etymology, in the Blue Letter Bible, and go back to it, because you mentioned the Hebrew and Greek, if you go back and look into the Hebrew and Greek, you will see, in fact, it is speaking of alcohol. Alcoholic beverages, not just juice, okay? I would never go, you know how pissed someone would be if you say, hey man, you want to turn up with some wine? And then you pull out a bottle of Welch's? People would be pissed off. It ain't wine, man. It's not wine. That is juice. All right, but biblically, wine was mentioned, which means it is wine. It is wine. Wine is alcoholic inherently. Okay, I'm curious. Let's let him say a little bit of something.
you have a desire to learn and grow in knowledge and understanding throughout your life, you have to embrace two very important things, and write it down in your notes. If, as a believer, you are committed to being a serious student of the Bible, and you are committed throughout your lifetime to being a growing, dedicated, committed student, that you want to, it's your genuine heart's desire. I want to increase in wisdom, in knowledge and understanding. If that's you, here's two non-negotiables. Number one, you must submit yourself to a small group of trusted, tenured teachers.
You know, this guy might be watching us because he's saying a lot. He's using a lot of terms that we use. You know, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and talking. You know, and talking about, you know, a small group. You know, I don't know. He might be watching the Hebrew Israelites a little bit.
Bibles as wine, but in the original language,
Let's see. Wait.
there are 11 Hebrew words that we translate as wine and alcohol in a modern English Bible. That's right. In the Old Testament, there are 11 different Hebrew words that are just translated in a modern Bible as wine or alcohol or drink. And then in the New Testament, which is Greek, there are 5 words that are translated simply in our Bibles as wine. But in the original languages, both of Hebrew and Greek, there were.
And this all came from the Hebrew Israelites, going back into word, you know, the original meanings. That's all stuff from One West, man. That's stuff from One West. So nice try there, Billy. All right, or whatever your name is, Jimmy or Larry or Tiff. Okay, there you go. Whatever. Nice try there, but where'd you get that from? Where'd you get from going back into words from? Cause it ain't your average pastor that's doing that type of stuff.
Were levels of definition that we simply do not
And you're still
have
wrong.
in modern
We'll prove
English
that.
Bibles. And so you understanding what I'm about to teach you is significant in the debate of alcohol and social drinking in the modern church. Wine in biblical times was commonly, as far as alcoholic content, 7 to 10%. Now, here's another important thing of history that's very pertinent to this discussion.
7 to 10% is still much more so of that of a beer. Beers can tend to be 5%. Okay, and alcohol, generally, if I go and look up any wine, let me look at the Snoop Dogg wine. All right, let me look up the Snoop Dogg wine. Let's say how much alcohol in it? 14%. Okay, so he said 7 to 10, so that's only, you know, 3 or 4% more. Because one said 13.5.
They lived in a culture of agriculture. They didn't have grocery stores, they didn't have freezers, they didn't have refrigeration, they didn't have all of the modern appliances that we have. And so everything in this era of time, in biblical times, that was raised, including the fruit of the vine, they had to protect it and preserve it. And so because they didn't have distilleries and they didn't have modern appliances and they didn't have refrigeration, once they began to store the grape juice from the fruit of the vine, with time the natural sugar content would begin to ferment. But the wine that they used most commonly for family consumption at meals was 7 to 10% in alcoholic content. Now, the other thing that you need to understand is that wine was not usually shared at a meal in that natural state. By
A whole lot of nothing. So if that's the case, it would naturally ferment. The earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol. Well, isn't the process of something fermenting naturally? Couldn't that be considered that the earth produced it? You know, the earth did it, and the earth doesn't. You're right. The earth has never produced anything. All right, the Lord produces all things. Okay, but in His system that He has made, all right, fermentation is a natural a process. Okay, which some could say came of the earth. All right, but it came of Yahweh Shai because He created the earth and how it works. So it's a natural process. So you've already, you know, created a double-minded statement where that the earth has never produced a single drop of alcohol, and then go on to say about how a natural fermentation would take place. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? And you went on to talk about how, you shouldn't drink alcohol like that. But then you go on, it's unlearned and it's stupid. So anyway, let's continue on. It says rotten fermented fruit, another man-made calamity. All right. A bear got drunk on fermented apples because they were rotten, right? We've all seen videos like that, right?
A bear's preparation for winter takes a very unexpected.
All right.
It's not something you
The
see
bear's all
every
drunk
day,
and fucked
even
up.
in a town.
I've seen pigs. I think it was pigs that I saw. But look, and I kept this up because look, I love this. It says, funny how the ones who don't read or study religious texts have the most to say about it. Okay? It says, funny how the ones who don't read or study religious texts have the most to say about it. Okay? So, look, man, these people don't understand what they're talking about. All right? That was one of, Yahushai's large miracles that everybody knows. Okay? When he turned water into wine. Here it is, John 2:1-11. It says, and the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Yahushai was there. And both Yahushai was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, they shouldn't have been drinking wine, right? You're not supposed to, right? Or whatever this thing, social drinking. Wouldn't that be considered social drinking? They're at a marriage and they're drinking socially. That would be considered. And I don't know necessarily what he said, but it seems to be. I can't say that he said not to do it, but he probably. I don't know exactly what he said, but it seems like he's trying to demonize alcohol. Okay, and I'm not gonna watch the rest of his video and see what he 100% had to say about it, but I'd imagine he would say not to do it. Okay, I'm not gonna say 100% that's what he said, but I'd imagine that's the case. Now Mormons, we'll go and use them, regardless of him or anybody else. This is not just debunking him, but debunking the idea that alcohol is some type of bad, sinful thing to do. All right, it's sinful. You can't drink. Mormons teach you can't drink alcohol. They teach you biblically that the alcohol was like not alcohol, but wine was just juice. Okay, that's what they tell you. It was just juice. Well, then they wouldn't call it wine, would they? Then it says, and when they wanted wine, the mother of Yahushai saith unto him, they have no wine. Yahushai saith unto her, woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. His mother saith unto the servants, whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. And there were set there 6 water pots of stone. There was stone, and they had water in them, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Yahushai saith unto them, fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. So they were stone water pots, and they were filled with water. And he said unto them, draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast, and they bare it. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and saith unto him, every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and when men have well drunk, then that which is worse, but thou hast kept the good wine until now. So it was also really good wine. It says, the beginning of miracles did Yahushai. This beginning of miracles, all right? The beginning of miracles, right? The start. Did Yahushai in Cana of Galilee, and manifested forth his glory, and his disciples believed on him. So that was one of many, all right? One of many, a beginning to many miracles that were performed by Yahushai, okay? So let's go and see. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe something will pop up where we're not dealing with alcohol, but most of the time it is, okay? And if it's not, then it's just what's to say that they understand it. This is a Blue Letter Bible. Let's go on to, where was it? Let's go up to verse 9, and it'll get the word wine. All right, so wine goes back to oinos. Let's see if there's anywhere else that, let's see if we can get it. So wine in here is talking about oinos. So it goes back to the word oinos. All right, oinos, wine, means wine. All right, wine, figuratively or literally, wine. All right, primary root word, yayin.
Strong's H 3196. Yayin. Yayin.
All right, yayin. All right, is how it would be. Is wine. Wine. Wine! I thought you said it doesn't go back to that. I thought you said it didn't go back to that at all. Well, it says right here it goes back to the word wine. Okay, matter of fact, if I go look this up, boom, I bet wine's gonna pop up in some way. Okay, images. Uh-oh. That's not very good for your point. Okay, so that's in the Hebrew. So where are your points that says it's not talking about alcohol? What are you talking about, man? We've already debunked that. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's why you can't just believe everybody. All right? You can't just believe everybody. This is 1 John 4:1. It says, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. These people don't know what they're talking about, right? They have no idea what they're talking about. It's not biblical. They're teaching something that's not biblical, because we just proved the fact that wine is mentioned, and it's mentioned as wine and not juice. So what are you talking about, man? Okay? So, and going on, he comes back in this one, all right, and he mentioned in the video, but this is another article I found. It says, these people apparently do not realize there are 11 Hebrew words and 5 Greek words that are not comparable to modern wine. Well, we just proved one was talking about wine. We'll prove the other ones as we go. It says the most commonly consumed wine of biblical times was 2 to 3. Well, before you said it was what? Something to 10, 3 to 10%. So you're changing your opinion already? Strong drink is condemned every single time in the Bible. Well, that's interesting. So we're gonna go and find that out. Okay. Also, it says, this guy says, where does anything in history say it's 2 to 3%? Where does it say that in the Bible? Does it talk about the percentage? No, it doesn't talk about the percentage. So you're just making shit up. Congratulations. You're just making shit up. An old pastime of Christian teachers well, I don't even want to call them teachers because they're not teachers. They just make shit up. Oh, here's another one since you're here, and you probably, oh no, he said a bad word. Where does it say that you can't say the word shit? You're going to say, oh, corrupt communication. Well, guess what? If you go back, just as we did and prove that wine is dealing with wine in Hebrew and Greek, all right, in the original language, you'll find out that that's corrupt communication is talking about deceitful language, all right, talking about deceit, all right, talking about bringing in things that are useless. All right, if I was saying, oh, and I said Yahushua did something that he really didn't do, that would be corrupt communication. That is corrupt, and it's communication. I'm communicating corrupt things because it is deceitful. It's not correct. All right, or I'm trying to, what could be considered corrupt communication, trying to push off an ideology disingenuously as a Christian pastor that alcohol is bad. That could be corrupt communication because that's deceitful. You're not giving the followers the true information. That's corrupt communication. Okay, corrupt communication is not saying shit, damn, ass, or piss, or cunt, or motherfucker. All right, it's not. All right, it's not. Now, we're not going to sit here and just keep on saying bad words over bad words, but you say, oh, that's swearing. Well, first of all, swearing is when you swear on something. All right, and we don't do that. All right, well, it's a curse. Well, that's not a curse either. All right, and Elijah cursed some children that bears came out and got him. So you're allowed to curse as well. All right, as long as it's through the name of Yahweh Meow Shai. Now, if you're setting up a pinnacle and witchcraft table with candles, yeah, you're wicked as hell for doing that. All right, but if you call upon, the destruction of your enemies at the hand of Yahweh Meow Shai, you're not wicked for doing that. All right, Elijah did it. Okay, so there you go. So what are you talking about, man? And these pastors and prophets and reverends and who all these different church leaders, they don't know what they're talking about. They were taught by people that didn't know what they were talking about, and those men were taught from people that didn't know what they were talking about. All right, but over here in this truth, all right, are the followers of the Great Millstone. We learn from men who know they're talking about, who taught men, and they know who they're talking about. So now we know what we're talking about. All right, and sometimes we might slip in speech, but not in heart. Right? We might say something incorrect on accident. All right, but we always make sure to come back and correct it. All right, we slip in tongue, but not in heart. Roughly paraphrasing. All right, as the scriptures say. So it's not like we're not just up here just spitting shit. All right, we're not just saying, I'm not gonna go, oh, you can't drive a Buick LeSabre because a Buick LeSabre is actually a witchcraft vehicle that if you drive it, you're actually giving reverence to the Nephilim. No, you could sit up here and say some stupid bullshit and talk about Nephilim and all this other weird bugged out stuff and generational curses all you want, but at the end of the day, none of it's accurate. Okay, none of it's accurate. Okay. Oh, well, angels had sex with men. No. That doesn't happen. Well, the angels fell. No fallen angels. There were no fallen angels. Nice try, though. Nice try. Fortunately, I'm running out of time, so I gotta speed this along. So let's go and prove these things quickly. but steadfastly and surely. So Matthew 26 and 27 through 29, another account. All right, this is during the Last Supper. All right, of which Yahushua was present, of course, who you would call Jesus. It says, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. So he commanded his followers to drink alcohol. Now, why would he do that if it was something wicked? He wouldn't command them to do something wicked. It says in verse 28, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. It says, but I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. So he was saying, you drink it. I'm not going to drink it officially with you until it's, until the celebration, basically. All right, he's saying that I'm going to drink it with you when we're in the kingdom. All right, when the kingdom comes, then I'm going to drink with you. All right, and because, but he did command them to drink. All right, but he wasn't going to drink until the celebration came of, being in the kingdom. So there's another one. But wait up. Maybe we're wrong. Well, actually, this one doesn't actually necessarily say wine, but that's what fruit of the vine is. All right, it's detailing wine. It's speaking of wine. Okay, what about Matthew 11 and 18 through 19? All right, an accusation that was brought against Yahushua. All right, let's go and see that. Matthew 11 and 18 through 19 says, for John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath a devil. The Son of Man, Yahushua, came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a wine-bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified in her children. So they were trying to, demonize the Lord, make him look bad, call him a wine-bibber and all these things. Now, why would you be called a wine-bibber unless you were known to be a frequent drinker? All right, and a wine-bibber is what? A habitual drinker of alcohol. All right, one who would frequently drink. Now, he wasn't a drunk, all right, but a wine-bibber, one who frequents an alcohol. All right, of course. And many people back then did enjoy their wine. They enjoy their alcohol, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying your wine and alcohol in moderation. Now, you shouldn't be drunk and pissing yourself falling downstairs all the time. No. Now, in the Bible, it does talk about not being a drunk like that, a drunkard. All right, no drunkard shall inherit the kingdom of heaven, right? So you shouldn't be a drunkard, right? But that what does that mean? That means, and that doesn't mean, oh, you got drunk, you went off. If you get a little bit tipsy in your house, that's fine. But a drunk is deeper than that. It's not, oh, you had a one too many at home after work, and then you got drunk. All right, and you acted a little goofy in your home. No, a drunk is one kind of, what are you doing? Stop looking at me. Getting angry, throwing shit. All right, going outside, butt naked. All right, doing dumb shit, looking like a fool. Okay, now another one. Let's go and get, because he said something in here. Strong drink is condemned every single time in the Bible. We're going to prove that as false as well. We're going to go over here and get 1 Timothy 5 and 23. It says, drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities. Why? Because wine can help with a bunch of things, immune system and all sorts of things, heart health. Yeah, so it helps for infirmities. Okay. But he said, he was using all these different things. That's condemned. It's condemned. It's condemned. And down here, this guy says, for merriment of men's heart, which we're actually going to go and get somewhere down here. So anyway, let's go and get. So we already got that. We got that. So now, we forgot. So wine bibber. First of all, we got to go to the Blue Letter Bible. Let's go and look what this word means. Wine bibber. Let's see. Wine bibber. All right. It means what? A wine bibber given to wine. A wino. All right. So they're calling him the equivalent of today, what you would call someone a wino, someone who's always drinking wine. Okay. So 1 Timothy 5 and 23. We can't forget that one because we got to prove every single one that we read because this guy says there's so many different ones that condemn alcohol, and I'm guessing it's going to be winos or oinos, right? There it is again. We already proved that word. All right. So again, it's dealing with that same word. So it hasn't been condemned yet. All right, as you said it would be. All right, or what you said. Oh, it's not speaking in the same fact. Well, so far it seems to be just speaking of wine. So let's get Psalms 104 and 15 and see what that has to say. It says, "And wine." Psalms 104 and 15, and wine that maketh glad the heart of men, and oil to make his face to shine, and bread which strengthen man's heart. Okay, so wine makes glad the heart of men. Now, maybe let's go and see if this is speaking of, maybe it's just juice. Maybe it's not going to say oinos again. Let's see. And wine, yayin, all right, yanyan, all right, what means what? Wine, all right, which is the root word, by the way, of oinos, all right. So, again, we're still yet to see it. We're still yet to see it there. So, how about Isaiah 8 and 20, all right? Well, no, not that one, but, there was another one, wasn't there? Oh, yeah, here, man, what was it? Oh, here, I closed out of it, unfortunately. Here it is. We'll go get it. This is right here. This is the last one, and then we're gonna just, talk about him being a false prophet. So right here, to quote him, it says, "Strong drink is condemned every single time in the Bible." All right. So Proverbs, I guess we'll just get it from here. Proverbs 31 and 6, all right, through 7. "Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more." So the Lord allowed that to be in the Bible. Well, you would think that if it was condemned, he wouldn't have allowed something like that to be said. All right, that the people that are ready to perish, that are old and that are dying, all right, to give strong drink to them, all right, to help them with their pain, all right, and also for those that are in poverty, and Jake does that. They drink away their sorrows, right? Which you shouldn't lean into that entirely because it can become overboard. But you said it was condemned in every single time. It doesn't seem like it was condemned then. So what are you talking about? All right, so let's go and get Isaiah 8 and 20, and then we're going to get ready to close out. Isaiah 8 and verse 20, it says, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them." He's not speaking according to this word. He's not speaking according to the Bible. He's speaking according to his feelings. He's pulling some female bullshit. "It's how I feel." We don't care how you feel. We care what the Bible says. What did the Lord say? Okay, we're not dealing with feelings, all right? And you feel like what? That alcohol was only 3% back then? That's still alcoholic. Or wine was only 3%. That's still alcoholic, okay? White Claws are about that. You drink a couple of those and you're going to still be drunk. You're still going to be tipsy. It'll take quite a few, but you'll still be drunk. Oh, and another saying, a sentence he said, I can't remember, I got rid of it, but he said, the wine that Yahushua gave his disciples was incapable of making people drunk. Well, then it wasn't very much of wine, was it? Okay? You can, in excess, they probably didn't drink in excess, no. But wine in itself, if you keep on drinking it, you will get drunk. Just putting that out there. And if you're not getting drunk off it, then it's probably not wine. Okay? Now, that's not to say that Yahushua couldn't make it something where they, it is alcohol, but at the same time, they weren't able to get drunk for one reason or another, because he has the power to do so. All right? But, and generally speaking, that's, it's generally not a property of alcohol that you don't get drunk from it. Most of the time, you will get tipsy, you'll get a buzz, then you'll go to being tipsy, then you'll get a little, you'll be really buzzing, and then you'll get drunk. All right? And then you'll black out if you keep on drinking, right? That's why it's just moderation. So Matthew 15 and 14, and this is coming from someone personally who doesn't even drink. I don't drink. I don't drink. I can't drink at all, actually. It makes me feel sick. All right, I don't know if I have an allergic reaction to something, but I used to be able to drink it. Used to drink it all the time. Not all the time, but from time to time. And then, after, something happened, when the Lord was messing me up because I wasn't doing right. And then ever since then, something changed in my body. I can't have alcohol like that. And I just think it's maybe because I would just, I have had a history of, abusing substances to the extreme. So it would probably just, maybe it's something to block me off from that. So in any case, it's the Lord's thing, and I'm going to respect it. Well, that's not going to say I wouldn't try a sip of alcohol. I'll try a sip, but I'm not going to just drink it because I don't want to feel sick. I don't want to feel sick. So Matthew, as nobody would, right? Matthew 15 and 14, it says, "Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch." And these people are blind, and they're leading people that are blind, and they're blind because the people have led them that are blind, and they're all blind. They're all stumbling around, falling into ditches because they don't understand anything, because the person that taught them was blind, and the person that taught them was blind, and so on and so forth. So that's been the lesson. All right, God never made alcohol. Debunked. All right, again, the Father's real name is Yahweh, and His Son's name is Yahushai. Okay. So when you call on them, you have to say Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai, the Father in the name of the Son, because you can't reach the Father but through the Son, right? So, but we use this term, if Christians saw it, they could see it and be like, oh, what is this? And get the correct information. Who knows? Maybe some will be Israelites and they'll come up out of that dumbed down state. Some of them won't. All right, it's all about, how the Lord's dealing with them. So that's been the lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. That's all I have to say on it through the Spirit. With that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, Shalom.